Hi, I'm David. I'm 49 years old, and I want to tell you my story because it might just change your life. I got married and started a business at a fairly young age. Um, as years went on and progressed, I soon became beat emotionally and physically. I was worn out, worn down, and life just wasn't enjoyable for me anymore. I kept thinking to myself, is this the way my life is going to be for the rest of my life? I was in a bad marriage. Um, I wasn't feeling good about myself. So in 2013, as I was going through a divorce, I ran into a guy who owned a CrossFit facility. And he asked me to come and try a class. Well, because of the situation, emotionally, my self-confidence was shot. I didn't know if I wanted to do that. So I gave it a couple weeks, and then I realized that I have to do something. I have to bring myself up. So I went ahead and joined. I took a class, and I'm telling you, when I got done with that workout, I felt emotionally and mentally just so good. So I kept going back and kept working out, getting stronger, and this went on for a while. I was going day and night. I mean, I was loving the exercise and the way it was making me feel. And then one day, I was getting stronger and all that stuff, but one day I started feeling weak. I started feeling my brain wasn't working, started feeling lethargic. I started peeing all the time. I was losing a ton of weight. I mean, I was almost skin and bones, and my vision was going blurry. And the next morning I woke up and I could not see right in front of you. My vision was so bad. It was the scariest freaking thing I think I've ever ran into, to think that you're losing your vision. So that day I decided to go to the doctor. I don't know how I did it, but I drove myself to the doctor's. And when I got to the doctor's office, when I got to the doctor's office, she sat me down in a chair and she started asking me all these questions. And all I remember is I was in this world that wasn't me. And I could not comprehend a darn thing she was saying. It was like it was a zombie. And then she just didn't know what was going on, started running a bunch of tests. One of them happened to be a glucose level test. And she took that test, looked at the reading, and stood in front of me, looked down, and with this shock and confused look and said, "David, your sugars, they're over 600. Now keep in mind, average person's sugars are right around 100. So mine were 6 times the average. So she proceeded to tell me that she doesn't even know how I came in there. I should have been in a coma. And we conversated for a little bit, and she came to the conclusion that the reason why I was able to walk into that office that day was because I had been exercising and working out and getting in good shape. So from that point, stuck with the diabetes, I had to figure out what to do. I had 2 choices because I was down. I was like, what's gonna happen with my life? I mean, it's totally changed. I mean, I'm supposed to eat? I'm not supposed to eat? What am I supposed to eat? I don't know. I had 2 choices to make. I either had to wallow in my own self-pity, throw a big pity party for myself, or take on this challenge, overcome this, figure it out, make it work for me. And I did. I made it happen. I went ahead and figured out how to eat right. I took on insulin shots and ups and downs and lows for months at a time and never gave up. And figured it out so I can keep the same dynamic that I had. Now, CrossFit went on for a little bit, and the coaches there were wonderful. I don't know, best investment I ever made was have a coach. They taught me to overcome obstacles, to realize that limits are all in our head. The only limitations we have are what we place on ourselves. And even though CrossFit was wonderful for me, I started to think about other things. Is this it? And I started to at the end of the workouts, I'd start doing calisthenics. I start doing bodybuilding movements. I start doing just general health and fitness. And then my mind started to broaden and expand that like there's just so much with health and fitness. And I took it to the next level, went to the gym, stopped CrossFit, went to the gym and just started my passion out. Just bam, just loved it. I started to get my training certifications. I got CrossFit Level 1 certification when I was doing CrossFit. Took it on to get an ACE trainer certification. But then I even went about getting a nutritional science certification, an online fitness certification, and a training methodology certification, tongue twister. At that point, I was full born wanting to help everybody. And the reason why I'm making this video is you never know what's going to happen in life. I want people to understand how important health and fitness is in general. You know, and fitness is not just for the body. It's just as much for the mind. Without that, I can tell you right now that without me having the exercise and getting in shape, fitness changed my life, and it was allowed me to be here today. And you know what? I'm gonna be as bold as to say that fitness didn't just change my life. I believe fitness saved my life. Now, if you can connect with this in any way, please comment below. If you know anybody that's struggling with trying to get in shape, maybe they should, because you never know what's gonna happen to them down the line. And share this, because that one person that you're thinking of, you might just save their life. Thank you. I appreciate you listening. Bye.